Just over 2 months ago, there were owners unclear if they would even need to shut down arenas to the fans, and now the NBA is currently suspended, with the decision to return to play to be made sometime in June. Now, as of today, NBA owners, executives, and the Players Association all believe that Adam Silver will approve a return to play in June. Games are expected to resume sometime before the end of July, and the NBA and the Players Association are set to meet to discuss the structure of a return, things like regular season games, maybe a play-in tournament for the playoffs, the format of the playoffs, and even the amount of teams that will return. Adam Silver did leave the meeting with the Board of Governors feeling pretty positive about the league's momentum towards the return of the to resume play this season. Adam Silver did say that if one positive test were to shut us down, we probably shouldn't go down this path. And if the NBA did return, they would like to have a campus-like environment, just a place where players play. Most likely going to be a two-site sort of setup they have going on. And he's discussed 2 locations right now, with Orlando Walt Disney Resort being the front runner, and then they've also talked about Las Vegas. Nowhere specific in Las Vegas. And also the NBA does have plans to standardize testing among all the teams, all 30 teams, or just the teams that come back. Now, some of the teams themselves have begun discussing testing and research studies, like Sacramento has discussed an Israeli breathalyzer test. The Sacramento executives, they've discussed that with their peers. Boston co-owner Steve Pagliuca is monitoring a Harvard study on possible saliva testing, among those apart from all the regular tests that the United States has going on. And the NBA has not been that optimistic as of right now about a rapid response testing becoming just widely available within the next month. That's why they're looking at other tests. The NBA is just really doing its part to look at other leagues that have returned and studying how those leagues are handling positive tests among their participants. Sources are saying that Adam Silver's been in really good communication with the players. He stated in a conference call with some of those players that he couldn't guarantee their safety if the league returns, but the league would do everything in its power to have the safest conditions. The Players Association did take an informal poll among an unknown amount of players. The poll showed an overwhelming support for any plan to resume play this season, especially in a safe way. Feelings on the remainder of the season are pretty mixed among the players. Some players would like to resume some of the regular season, while the majority of the players that have essentially been eliminated from the playoffs want the league to just start with the top 8. A lot of the players are also concerned that if the NBA does cancel this season, that would impact the next CBA that they have. They think that would affect that negatively. Now, if we talk about fans returning to the league, the commissioner has been on the phone with players discussing how revenue could decline if fans start to return, if at all. He told the players that it sucks, but it just may be our reality for a while. Silver also stated there'll be a point where we can bring a portion of the fans back, but where they might sit every other seat, every third seat, might even cut the attendance in half. Silver said without a vaccine, there are things they can do in the arenas where maybe they can't have 19,000 people, but maybe 8,000. And then with that being said, the teams have also been looking into getting creative about how they would do with maybe 15 to 20% of the capacity of the building, how they would look to be creative about that. A lot of the teams are modeling ways to get fans in premium seating if social distancing limits or prohibits fans in the arena. Just trying to be really creative and bring in some revenue so the players get paid. But again, players were told that's a long way off. There's no telling when the fans could return. And now the NBA is hopeful that 22 of the 30 franchises will have facilities open, and the league is set to let players return by June 1st. The Silver does have support among all of his people needed to salvage the playoffs, find out who the champion of this season can be, give the fans some more basketball, bring sports back. Some sports are starting to come back slowly but surely, and now the league is just waiting on the commissioner to start the league back up. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. What are your ideas for the season to resume? Should there be a play-in tournament? Should we go with the top 8 teams that are already there? And where do you think that the NBA could possibly play the rest of the season? One thing I know, this has probably been one of the weirdest NBA seasons for a while, not just with the season being suspended, but even before that, a lot of the teams that have been good and some of the teams that haven't been so good. Just let me know what you guys think about the NBA just right now in general. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe.